What is one thing about summer growing up that kids nowadays wouldn't know about or understand?
The fact that we wanted to go outside. We couldn't wait to go outside. We was outside all day long.
Yeah.
Our parents had no idea where we was. Mm-hmm. And we had a blast. But we knew to come back home when it got dark outside.
When the streetlights came on.
Yep.
Yes. That is for me.
Yep.
Yes.
Welcome to Three Voices Unfiltered. We're your hosts,
Ronisha,
Theresa, and Suzanne. And around here, nothing is off limits. We talk about everything, the real, the messy, the hilarious, and the inspiring. So let's get into it. Anything else?
That's what I would say too. Like, we were responsible kids where we respected our parents to know we had fun and boundaries. So we knew, like, that was when I was growing up, it was the year of Adam, the first child to get abducted. And we were all, I was a kid. I remember being so concerned about being outside, but we loved to play in the summer. But we were just conscious of our surroundings and knowing what was going on. And when we saw strange cars go in and out of the neighborhood, just being conscious of it at like 6 years old, playing in groups when we played and just being mindful of the time. And I remember us doing a lot at home with the little, because we didn't have a lot of money to go on big vacations. So our vacation was going to see my grandma in another city, hanging out with her, barbecuing, and just the simple things I think kids these days wouldn't understand because they want things big. Big is not always better.
They want big.
They want big and they want it like, whatever. But just the simple things of going to visit my grandmother and hanging out at her house. She had a big house. She still lives there with a lot of field, playing games outside, tug of war, eating watermelon outside, like just the fun stuff and hanging out there.
Bikes everywhere. Yeah, I remember we didn't ride our bikes just to go. We rode our bikes for miles. Like as soon as we came home on time, we would ride our bikes 5 miles down the road and come back. It was fun. Or remember the ice cream trucks?
Yeah, the ice cream trucks.
You would hear the music in the distance.
Oh, man. Like, you run in, go get a quarter. Go get a quarter. Go get a nickel.
And get you some ice cream.
That was the best. That's the fun times.
Let me share this, too, because I was a child in the 60s and the 70s. And the one thing that we used to do, we used to make weapons and playthings out of whatever we found.
We used to make
the slingshots.
Yes.
And it just reminds me how simple life was. Like today, you got to go to Walmart or the Dollar Tree or whatever so you can get things for these children to play with or whatever. But we played with things that we found.
That's right.
And I used to make my own kites. And it was fun for me. Like we would compete who could make the prettiest kite and make our own kite and fly them.
Right.
It was just, I feel way more freedom than we have now. Now kids don't want to go outside. It's too hot, the bugs, but we didn't care. We drank water literally out of a water hose.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't go inside to go get water from the refrigerator. We turned the water hose, or even that, they may not have even been a hose. They might just spigot it, put my mouth underneath it and drank the water.
And you know what? And it used to be a thing in my family where you couldn't go outside, we're talking about like Saturdays and Sundays, right? You couldn't go outside before 12 o'clock because, you were cleaning the house, you were doing chores, you was doing whatever. So I guess we had lunch, right? Because I don't remember coming back home, coming inside to eat. And what I find out with these kids these days, every time I turn around, these kids is hungry.
They want to eat. We didn't eat like that.
I didn't eat like that. I just didn't. We would play for hours.
Yeah. Okay? We probably barely ate. Like we would eat and run right back outside. Because in Puerto Rico, the way they do, typically, I'm not saying everybody does this. Typically, from my household and our friends, the whoever's cooking, they make a big lunch.
Gotcha.
Oh.
They make a big lunch and like by 11 or 12, it's done. And out of that lunch, you eat lunch and you also eat dinner. There wasn't no cooking dinner at night. That was just a big pot of rice with whatever meat and whatever beans or whatever. And we just ate out of that. So Sometimes we would go eat and come back, or we didn't eat and then just ate when we came home but all this, we would snack. I remember we'd go to the store and get chips or get candy or
I remember
at the pharmacy and things like that. But like Ronisha, family vacations or my vacation was going to my cousin's house for a week.
Yeah.
And it was a blast. That's how we did it. So those are great summer memories. How about music? Like,
you already know.
How was that? It wasn't, we didn't have all this streaming. We had either tapes. Did you have even VHS? No, what are they called?
No, let's go way back. Okay, we had the actual record player. Right?
She said record players.
And I remember one of my brothers, my oldest brothers, had all of these albums. You know, like the regular, they call them LPs. All of the albums. So that's what we listen to when we go to like the little restaurants and stuff like that. They have like what they call jukeboxes, where they have like you put the money in there and you pick your music
for a nickel or a quarter or something. Like
it was
that,
fun.
I had to look up the 8-track.
You don't know what an 8-track is?
I heard of it, but I don't know. I've never seen one. But it came out in the 60s through the 70s.
We were doing, when I was young, there were still 8-tracks, and then the cassettes came out. And I remember,
never saw 8-track.
If you liked a song, you would sit around, did you remember this? The radio for an hour, 2 or 3, waiting for your favorite song to come on, and you would hit play real quick and record it.
No, I did that.
Yeah,
I did that with our box. We had boxes. So, you know, the boxes you put on your shoulders.
The boom boxes.
The boom boxes. My brother had a boom box. So we would sit around and we would record on cassette tapes from the radio, the songs that we liked. So,
oh my goodness. So we went from from records, which was the little small records, and
the 45s.
The 45s, okay. And then you had the LPs,
to the big.
Then you had the 8-tracks, then you had cassettes, then you had CDs. And then didn't we go from CDs
nothing.
No, we got streaming.
No, we got streaming.
Now we have MP4s and MP3s.
Oh, I forgot about those. I have
MP4s.
Okay. Remember when you had and it wasn't in.
Remember the podcast? I
was going to say it wasn't an iPod. It was a.
It was an iPod.
It was an iPod that came before, like even the others.
MP3s.
An iPod. I had an iPod.
Yeah,
I remember that.
We thought we were big when it's this little tiny thing and it had all this bunch of music in it. The iPods. So one thing I'm going to share with you all, growing up was, you know, you have your ice cream trucks, you have your popsicles and all this stuff. So me being in Puerto Rico, it was very common for a neighbor near you to have what we call limbels. Or if you went to the market, then you would have piraguas, which are the shaved ice.
Oh yeah.
Desserts. But the limbers was a big deal. You would go to your neighbor's house for a quarter. Hey, can I have a limber de coco, which is a coconut limber, or tamarind, or passion fruit, or whatever. So I brought you guys a treat.
I remember that. We had a lady like that who sold
I brought you guys a treat that we can try.
Oh. She's got like
So I have one coconut and one passion fruit.
Oh, now I'm scared of tropical flavors.
Can you do coconut?
Yeah, I can try it.
Just you don't get. Here's yours.
Because the passion fruit probably has pineapple in it.
No, passion fruit, it's a fruit of its own.
Okay. I don't want to try that. I think coconut will be fine. Although I don't like coconut, but I'm going to try it.
Theresa and I are going to do passion fruit because that's what I have. You'll like it.
You made it?
I'm telling you, I made these.
Wow. Look at you.
Authentic treat.
Watch this.
That originates
in Puerto Rican treat.
This is the way that we would.
You use real coconut in this?
Yeah, coconut milk, coconut cream. So this is the way that we would eat them growing up.
Look at this.
You can eat them with your spoon if you want to, but this is how we did it.
We call these ice cups. You know, you freeze Kool-Aid in a cup.
Yeah.
This is how we ate them. We would turn them upside down and eat them like that.
Yeah, that's what we did.
I don't want to do that because it hurts my teeth. So I'm going to do it the other way.
We call them.
This is good.
Okay, let me try. I'm scared. I'm really
this
scared.
Is good.
So, cheers, lady. To your limbs.
Something about me, I don't like trying new things.
Try it. Coconut won't hurt you.
Coconut's good for you.
So while we munch on our limbs, let's keep talking.
Yeah, I don't like coconut.
That's tasty. You don't like coconut?
This, but I don't like coconut.
Okay. Well, I'll eat that one later.
I don't like coconut.
Oh, this is good. Look, go ahead.
So,
sorry, my allergies, and then I don't like coconut. So I'm sorry.
I feel that kids today don't appreciate the beauty that we grew up with. They're so caught up on streaming, videos, YouTube, and all of that stuff that they don't appreciate. Like going outside is a chore, actually. Do you feel that way?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I would pick Kevin. I'm like, you need to go outside for a while, because going outside was like, oh, such a chore. But you could not keep me inside the house when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's changing. It's shifting because my grandchildren want to be outside.
This is tasty.
Oh, I wish I could have tried that. My grandchildren want to be outside. They want to be, I have a trampoline. They have bikes. They want to be outside all the time.
That is good. I love to hear that. You know, I look at some of these kids, and that's why some of these kids are overweight as well. I was going
to say that too.
Yes.
Notice how we were not overweight as kids because we were always outside.
Rarely. There may have been like one or two overweight child, but most kids were thin.
Yes.
I mean, they're overweight because I guess there's a lot of reasons, but I believe that the inactivity. I believe that the inactivity of our children, just being in the house in front of the TV or in front of or with their iPads, on their games, their Switches, their Nintendos, their PS5.
Yes,
this is what they're focused on, and they're just sitting. I call it inactivity.
Yeah,
and then when it's time to eat, you're not burning those calories that you eat.
Because you're sitting around all day. My grandbaby, she does no technology. They allow her to watch maybe 30 minutes of a show. I believe a week. Not even. But that baby loves to be outside. Every time outside. So she loves being outside. And when she was here at the pool, she loved being in the pool because she doesn't know any better. So
that's why I say it's shifting. It is shifting with this new generation. The message on that is
that we are the ones that make our kids not love the outside by giving them all these. But when they're 2 and 3 year old, they don't know anything about technology. But we do it.
Yeah, we shove it in their face.
We're letting technology babysit our children instead of sending the kids to go outside.
Right. Yeah.
That's true.
You know, I'm going to give parents today, I'm going to give them a little bit of grace because you got a lot of people doing a lot of things. Parents are busy. All right. Well, my parents were, like I think of my mother. My mother went to work. She came home. She made dinner. She made sure that we did homework or whatever it is that we're supposed to do. And we had structure. And a lot of times I find that these kids don't really have structure, the structure as well, like we had back in the day.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, if my grandbaby were to be outside all day today at 5 years old, I would worry. I would worry about her. I wouldn't, not like when I was growing up. Sure, like Ronisha mentioned, we have to be aware of our surroundings. We learned that. Be aware of your surroundings. Pay attention to if anything looks strange, you come right back in the house and you tell us. Like, we can teach our children, but it takes more parenting when they're outside than just throw them here's that iPad, go play or go watch TV. Because then we don't have to watch them so much.
We were that where we were aware of our surroundings, but we were also latchkey kids. I know I was. Go home. Here's the key at 5 years old. Open the door. Go in. Lock it behind you. Like we were so regimented, like instructed. This is what you do. I'll be home at 7:00, and you can eat dinner. You can make a sandwich. Do your homework, and then I'll be home. We had to do that.
Yeah, our house always stayed unlocked because they only locked it at night. So we would come and go, and even growing up, the neighbors would just come, calling my mom Letty, and then just walk in and announce themselves. Like there was no knocking, there was no calling before. Like people if you don't call me, I'm not going to answer the door. They just, I feel like we have more closeness.
I like that. Like, if I don't know you're coming,
I don't love it, but I'm not. Mostly, you know why I don't always love it? Because the way I'm dressed. Because when I'm sitting around the house all day, might be in my pajamas or like not clothes that I want anybody to see me in, and then you knock on my door and I'm running around the room and I have to change. That's basically it. But showing up doesn't really bother me. How about like when we used to go to the movies and we couldn't wait for summer blockbusters to come out?
Oh man, some great
slumber
movies.
Parties. Calling your friend on the phone and being on the phone forever, although you were going to see them, the next day in school. Just like I feel like children are missing out on the fun of life behind the screen. Right. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. So as parents, is there anything that we can do to change that?
Yes. Not like you said, technology babysit our kids and grandkids.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we can look for activities. And I do believe that parents...
Activities, yeah.
I do believe that parents... from my experience, I look at parents and they got their children involved in different activities, and that's good.
They do swimming, they do dance, they do a lot of things like that.
Martial arts and things.
Yeah, that's true. Parents do that a lot, and when I was growing up, honestly, we weren't involved in sports or activities like that. Our activity was outside, running around. I got all my miles in, running with my friends, all my exercise. Playing catch, playing, ball, whatever. Like there wasn't a lot of organized.
I was because I was on the kickball team. I was on the basketball team.
Me too.
When I was in high school, I was a twirler. That was a big thing. Back in the 70s.
I used to want to do that, Teresa.
I did.
Can you show me how to do it? I used to love the girls who twirl all the time.
With my hands, but anyway,
I know how to
do like this.
Yeah, me too.
I did it all. So yeah,
that's cool.
So I was involved with organized activities.
Me too.
You know what I did organize was theater. If there was any type of theater project in the town, I was in it.
Okay.
And I loved doing theater. That was my thing. I was really big into community theater. I was like in school as well. But do you feel like kids are missing out because they're not embracing nature? Like, look, when Kevin, like I shared with you guys a while back, that when Kevin was younger and he was grounded, I hated grounding him because he will follow me all day. I'm so bored. There's nothing to do. Like, there wasn't any creativity about going inside. He was grounded from electronics, basically.
Right.
But he could go outside and play or be with his friends. But the kids, like, they don't have any creativity to go outside and play. And he did play with his friends, so I'm not taking that away. Actually, summer parties, it was just all outside playing football or hide and seek at night. But I feel like kids nowadays don't embrace that. Going outside is like the last resort because they don't have anything else to do. Yeah, when for us it was it.
Yeah. And I know parents too today, you got to be conscious because of the news, social media.
That's what I was thinking, Theresa.
Information, we are bombarded with child abductions and trafficking. I mean, just all kinds of things like that.
Yeah.
So I can understand a little bit about your child being outside, alone. And I am an advocate for children being outside in groups.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Theresa. You actually read my mind. I was like, the environment today is not like what we had.
No, and that's sad.
So it's more abductions, more like child abuse, more just children being abused and stolen and all these crazy things to children. So they can't always be out.
They're more exposed.
Yeah.
One of the things I think that with social media, they're more exposed to these things. They're chatting with people that they don't know. They might be playing games online with people that they don't know, and that's true. Find out where it is scarier, and I get that.
It's a rougher time.
It's a rougher time, and it's sad that the kids are the ones having to pay the price because of the way that things are going. Even friendships. Do you feel that friendships back then, I can't even. I
have a funny story to share with y'all about friendships. You made me think about it. Landon came, I picked him up Tuesday, and he said, "No, I have a best friend."
Oh,
I was like, yeah. He says, "I have two best friends." I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "That's one of them." He's like, and the little boy came up to me. He said, "I'm Grayson." I was like, "Hi, Grayson." And I asked Landon what the other ones was. And he's like, "I don't remember her name." I was like, "You don't know your best friend's name?" He's like, "No, but she's my best friend."
Oh,
I was like, "Okay, that's funny." It was so easy to make friends when you're kids.
It is. Kids are like so trusting and so just gullible and just sweet. And people
jack them up.
We can. We can mess up some kids like we've always said.
Yeah.
But the nostalgia that we're feeling today, and me as I eat my limbit, is that this is how I grew up. I loved going outside. I loved playing with my friends. There's just so much, like before the episode, we were talking about you were in the city.
Yes.
In New York.
Yeah.
So, New Jersey, that's right. The city in New Jersey. So you would get the firefighters to come out in the summertime, right?
And they would open up the fire hydrants. And we used to play in the street, with the water, because it was hot.
It was hot. It just all these things that we grew up with that I wish that we could expose and show it to our children. But my advice would be, if you remember something fun from your childhood in the summertime, like going outside and eating watermelon where it's dripping on your face and down your body, and you don't care because you're outside.
That's right.
Then take a hose and hose your child down. Like, do all these things to make them more fun and nostalgic for them. Yeah. Because what are they going to remember when they're our age? My summers were sitting inside in the air-conditioned house
playing video game. Oh gosh, that's sad.
That sounds so
Give
depressing.
them something to think about and remember as a fond memory, more than just a week's vacation. We all can remember that, but the longevity of summer and the repetition of every year is just what I think sticks with us.
Yeah, and there's a lot of programs and events in the summertime that people, if they just go to their community newsletter online. I like looking at. There's an app called Nextdoor, and you see all kinds of things to do, and people advertise or whatever, but they advertise events, and I was like, oh, that might be something cool.
That will be fun
to take, especially. I'm talking about children, to take a child to. So yeah.
So let me ask you this to wrap it up, Theresa. The lesson you learned from those summer days is something that you learned from your summer times when you were a kid.
Something that I learned from
something that you bring back now that you're like, man, that was. Can't think of something.
I can't think of anything. I'm sorry.
I'll take that.
Let me go ahead. Go somebody else.
Yeah. One thing that I missed the most, I think I missed, and I'll do that one, is the connection with my friends. My friends and I were very connected. We were and I didn't have just one set of friends. I had a bunch of friends. And we did things. We rode bikes. We went to the beach because I grew up on an island. We would have beach days. We would it was just, every day there was something to do, and it wasn't inside the house. Ronisha, if you could bring back one thing, what would it be?
What I remember is just my. One thing I remember is just the family trips we took, and my siblings. We got along very well, and just being silly with my brother and my sister, like water balloon fights, and just just going to the store, getting candy. We would walk because it wasn't far from our house. We would walk to the store, get candy, come back, and just those simple things that we used to do in the summertime as like siblings.
That sounds fun.
I used to. Now that I remember, I used to hang out with my cousins. I was like really close with my cousins because we were like sister brother cousins, because my father and my cousin's father was brothers, and then my mother and my cousin's mother were sisters.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was the only girl.
double cousin.
I was the only girl in my household. I had 3 brothers, and I was the only girl. And so I got to hang out with my girl cousins.
Yeah.
And most of the time, it was like them coming to my house, but I would go to their houses as well. Yeah. So
that sounds like fun. So let me ask the audience, what is one thing about summer growing up that kids today will never understand? From your experience, what is that? So we ask you to share in the comments. Tell us your favorite summer, childhood summer memory. Tell us maybe something that you wish you could do again with your kids that you haven't. And if you have the opportunity, I'll recommend that you do it. Let us know in the comments what you think about anything that we talked about. We ask you to like, share, subscribe, and follow. Anything else, ladies?
And have a great summer.
Have a great summer.
have a good time.
All right. We'll catch you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Do us a big favor and hit that like button, share this episode, and subscribe.